What's the family recipe? How's it going, everyone? I'm Daniel Rodriguez, aka Big D. It's time to review another movie. This time it's the latest Johnny Depp movie, and literally Johnny Depp is back. And I don't mean he's just back in any movie. I mean he's back he's back. The real Johnny Depp. The real Johnny Depp, back from way long ago. He's been stuck in some Cairo sleeper. He's just been stuck in ice, and now he's been thawed out and he is awakened. Before The Force Awakens, he is back, and he has bestowed upon us a beautiful, beautiful, just pale, and I literally mean pale, acting, not active his acting, but I mean he's very pale, of Whitey Bulger, excuse me, I'm getting a little mixed up there. I'm always mixed up with names here. And an all-star cast in this new movie directed by Scott Cooper, excuse me, I was going to say Adam Cooper. Scott Cooper, and it has an all-star cast, baby. Joel Edgerton, you might remember him from The Gift, directed The Gift, wrote The Gift, starred in The Gift. Joel Edgerton, Kevin Bacon, Adam Scott, Dakota Johnson, I'm already forgetting, Jesse Plemons, Corey Stoll, a few more others, if I'm forgetting along the way, excuse me for that. But the main thing is Johnny Depp is in here. He plays Whitey Bulger. And this is a non-spoiler review, guys. I'm just going to give you my pros, give you my cons, tell you whether or not you should go see this movie or wait for DVD rent, or just skip this movie in general. Here's my non-spoiler review for Black Mass. Alright, let's get started. Let me just tell you real quick, this budget for the movie was $53 million. I was surprised when I heard it was $53 million. I was like, holy crap, like, really? I was expecting $30 to $40 million, not 53. Like, that's a lot of money for the budget, but okay, we'll go along with that. Let me give you the pros first to lighten up the mood and lighten up the day here. First off, you know how Johnny Depp's been on a low roller coaster, you know what I'm saying? He's not been on the high roller coaster, but he was at the peak, and now he's at the high mark. He's at the climax here, and Johnny Depp is awesome in this movie. Let me tell you, he does not disappoint. He is awesome as Whitey Bulger. He is Whitey Bulger. I did not see Johnny Depp in this movie at all. In the beginning, I was like, there's Johnny Depp, and there's the voice of Johnny Depp. He's doing that voice, and, you know, he's trying to do the character, but then he builds into that character. At the end of the movie, you're just like, wow, where was this 5 years ago, Johnny? Like, literally, he's awesome in this movie. He's back. That's all I have to say. Johnny Depp is fantastic in this movie. Worth the price of admission just for him. He steals the show. But there's another man that steals the show. It's an all-star cast, but Joel Edgerton in here is fantastic as well. Any movie that he's in, I'm going to go see. I loved him in Exodus. I loved him in The Gift. And I love him in Black Mass. Joel Edgerton is awesome. His character, he plays his hairstyle. Just the style of every character, but just his way. And he plays, I'm already forgetting. See, it's been almost an hour and a half, and I've already forgotten the character's name. Connolly. He's a FBI agent, and he is John Connolly. Yes, there it is. I came back to him. John Connolly is an interesting character, and you get to see a little bit of his life. And then, of course, things go down with him and Johnny Depp that are very interesting. Sometimes it goes right, sometimes it goes wrong, but the way his character plays, it's just very Joel Edgerton-like, I guess I have to say, and it's very different for him. And then again, I just love the way that he plays off his role, and as well as Johnny Depp, how he plays off his role. And when he's walking down the street, you're like, this guy's a badass. You have the feeling like this guy is the king of the area. So the cast itself, like I said, I mean Kevin Bacon, Adam Scott, all them, Jesse Plemons, the cast is awesome. Each one fills their role right, but the acting in general is just fantastic. Each actor, and Kevin Bacon is my cons, I'll tell you why in a minute. I love Kevin Bacon, love the show The Following. Oh yes, Kevin Bacon's amazing. I don't hate on the bacon, baby. I love the bacon. But the acting of every actor, Dakota Johnson, even her role, every acting is fantastic. And I'm not saying everything's Oscar worthy. I didn't say that. But every acting is on point. It's on fleek, baby. It's there. You're not going to be disappointed by Kevin Bacon or Adam Scott. Corey Stoll, he has a small part in here, honestly, let's be honest. I like Corey Stoll, I do. But for him. But still, the acting in general for everyone was totally fine. Nothing was disappointing of the acting. Everybody hit the mark that they were supposed to hit. The bloody effects. There are some blood effects in here because, it's a mobster movie, and I do enjoy that the way that they use the effects. And it's a mobster movie. If you've seen Godfather, you know how the action is. You know how intense and brutal it's going to be. I'm not saying it's a total Godfather, because this was based on a true story. And it's also based off a book, I believe. So, yeah, there are some blood effects in here that are really well done. And I think Scott Cooper and the way his team and his directing and everything, they all did it. They succeeded for my money's worth. They succeeded. The directing, Scott Cooper, he was good in here, and I love how it didn't fill up the screen, the theater. It actually was just 2 bars, kind of like The Gift. He's very widescreen, the directing, but he focuses on what needs to be, but he also shows the environment of the scene, the desk. He shows where they're at in each location of the environment. And I love the city shots, by the way. There are some city shots in there that are very beautiful of the Boston area. If we were in Boston, please don't get that wrong. Boston. Intense, very intense in the style. The suits that they wear in the 70s and 80s were in that time period. And let me tell you that it's not bad at all. I love the style, and I do love the way that it's just intense. No one's a good guy in here. There's no good guy. You think the FBI are good guys? Okay, I guess some of the FBIs are good, but let me just tell you, in general, anyone in this movie is not a good person, not someone you want to look up to, not someone you want to work for. So the way that they play it off, it's a very intense role, and they're not guys you want to mess around with. You go to Whitey Bulger, you go, "Hi, I'm a big fan. Oh, let's take a walk. Let's take a walk down the alley, please. Come here. No, come here. Let's take a walk down the alley." You know that Johnny Depp? Yeah, it's coming down here. Oh yeah, you're done for, son. So you be careful. It's that intense. Dinner scene. There is a dinner scene in here that's very memorable. All I'll say again is the family recipe. Other than that, Benedict Cumberbatch, his voice in here, he was kind of doing this type of voice where he was doing the Irish type of voice. I can't do that voice right now, but he didn't sound like Benedict Cumberbatch. He sounded like he was going for more. It sounded fake, but it worked. It sounded really fake and bad, but it worked. Is what I'm trying to say. Is it's a pro. I do enjoy my Benedict Cumberbatch of the day. Peter Skarsgård in here blew me away, man. His role is a very intense role and a very pivotal point in the movie for his character, and it shows Whitey Bulger at his best in there as well. The action in here, it's not a very action-packed movie. I honestly thought there'd be more action in here, but the action that was shown and the blood and everything that went down in it, I think that it basically showed that Whitey Bulger is not a guy to mess with, and it showed that his gang is very powerful. And I mean, there is some action in here. I mean, like, yeah, that will, no kids, obviously. There's no nudity in here, just to tell you, but the action in here itself it's pretty bloody. And it does feel like a mobster movie, so that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. So the action does work for me a lot. There's Jesse Plemons. Jesse Plemons is awesome in here as well. He's not shown as much. He is underrated in this movie, but he definitely showed that he has the chops, and that from Breaking Bad and now to this and now to Fargo season 2. I am definitely a fan of Jesse Plemons, and his role in here was interesting, but it just was underrated. But him in here and the acting, like I said, other acting roles, he was awesome. The ending works for me as well. Not the last second of the ending. But let me tell you, the ending where it was just, you'll find out. If you ever see this movie and you see the ending, it works well for me. And the conclusion of each character, it's like you're almost reading a book, like how it pauses and then it goes to the next person. Now, it doesn't go person to person, but you'll see at the ending, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's what happens, The music in here, I don't know if it's original music, but it definitely does sound like original music. Some scenes were shown, and I was like, the music is awesome in here. I noticed the music. I actually noticed it, and I was like, okay, I never really noticed the music a lot, and I was like, holy crap, this does actually work. So I was a fan of that for sure. The church scene, there's one church scene that is going to be pivotal in the scene. If you ever watch the movie, there's a church scene that works, and it's awesome, and Johnny Depp's awesome in it. Creepy, there's a perf scene, another memorable moment. Very, very creepy, and it literally, you feel it in your skin and the tingle, and you're like, that was an Oscar scene. If there is an Oscar scene that deserves that perf scene, was just one of the creepiest scenes I've seen out of 2015 so far, besides 50 Shades of Grey. Let me just tell you that much. And other than that, the humor. There are a few parts that made me laugh. A mobster movie made me laugh. You think, make him laugh or he can't refuse. You think The Godfather would, it didn't have that much humor. Fredo, that thing. But this was, there's, Johnny Depp makes you laugh a lot. And Joel Edgerton did the look of the Irish. It gets you there every now and then. It took me a while to get the luck of the Irish, and I was the only one who laughed at like 10 seconds later. Like that. I was like, oh man. There's literally more than 30 people in my theaters. It was pretty busy, let me tell you that much, for a Thursday night. So, the cons. Those were the pros, baby. Now to the cons. I know I'm taking a little bit. Let me get right to it. Corey Stoll, Kevin Bacon, Adam Scott. They were good in the movie. But Kevin Bacon, his character, he didn't impact the movie per se. I love Kevin Bacon. He was great. Acting in there. He was. Adam Scott. He was good. He's just a guy with a mustache, though, talking, having dialogue. That's it. You could have got any no-name actor and just could have done the same thing. He had no punch to the movie. He never hit the storyline hard. So Corey Stoll, he came in there. He was out of there. He wasn't even in there for more than 10 minutes. He didn't impact the story that much. You kind of get what I'm saying. He wasn't the huge. They didn't impact it like Johnny Depp or Joel Edgerton. They were just there supporting, but they really didn't do jack at the end. They were great though, of acting. Don't get me wrong. They're awesome in the movie, by the way. But them. Not much Jesse Plemons. Like I said, I really wish we had a little bit more Jesse Plemons. It would have been more better. Just his character, because his character seemed interesting, and a part of it in the first 10-15 minutes, he felt like he was one of the main characters, and then he kind of just drifted away, Other mobster groups, there's like Italian mobster groups and everything. The way that they settled it, they didn't really go into it much. Also, personally, I don't know what Whitey Bulger really did, because in the movie they never really, like, does he do weapons? Does he do drugs? What does he specify in? What type of mobster is he? Because they never really specify 100% like, this is what he does. Pablo Escobar did cocaine. So Whitey Bulger does it. Like, they never really clarify his main shipments. I guess I could Wikipedia it, but still, it's like, what is his main thing? And I guess they may have said in the movie, but after 2 hours and 2 minutes, you're kind of like, there's a lot of crap to sort through. I don't know what to go through first. So that the lack of emotion, there is a lack of emotion in here. In a few scenes, it just doesn't work out sometimes. You want it to have emotion, and there are scenes that are emotional, but it doesn't make you cry. You want to cry. You're like, should I be crying right now? But you're not crying. You're not crying. We're not crying. So a little lack of action, or lack of emotion, and there is a lack of action in here. You think in mobster movie, you think there'll be a little bit more guns there, you think a little bit more headshots, a little more body shots, a little bit more everything. Well, you need the vest. I ain't no snowball. Well, you're gonna use the vest. You're gonna use it very good now. Don't be like that, princess. And you think the action's going to be very intense there. It is intense, but there is a lack of action in this movie. I'm not taking off major points there. I'm just saying there is a lack of action in here, and I really would have preferred a little bit more action, especially from Johnny Depp. Anyway, moving on. It is long, 2 hours. Jesus, you could have made this an hour and 30, 40 minutes. You could have, honestly. 2 hours? Come on, guys. Really? Come on. There are a few, there's not a lot, but there are a few slow scenes that are not memorable. Like, at the end of the day, there's probably about 10, 11 scenes that I forgot. Just, they're not memorable, they don't really make sense to the story. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but they're not really as big. The only Johnny Depp scenes are more memorable. Some Joel Edgerton scenes, but like, other scenes that just show, like, like someone getting hit on, like boom, 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 like those are forgettable sometimes. There are just some scenes that kind of mix away. And then, like I said, forgettable scenes. The backstory of some of the characters, I really wish we could have had some more backstory for some of the characters that we've been seeing, so we could have a little bit more emotional backstory for them, but we never do. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to give Black Mass a B+. An 8.75 out of a 10. It is a very good movie, and I gave you the pros, I gave you the cons. Now, a lot of cons, but it's a very good movie overall. It's not just good, it's very good. But is it worth watching in theaters? I would say it's worth watching on a rental, because you could pause it, you could go do it, you could go take a piss, a crap, and then come back and watch your sweet Johnny Depp movie. So pay 4 or 5 months, but then again, watch it on rental more. Hey, you could go watch a theater. If you're a Johnny Depp fan, you're a Joel Edgerton fan, you're a mobster fan, don't be afraid. Go to the theater and watch this. But if you're just like, oh, Johnny Depp, oh, I heard he's good in there, or wait for a $5 or $1 movie, or just go watch it on Blu-ray and rent it when it comes out. Is it a movie I need to see again? Is it a movie that I need to buy on Blu-ray when it comes out? Personally, for me that I saw it already, no, I could wait for $5 bin. I could literally wait 2-3 years. I don't have to buy it right away. But is it a movie I recommend for you guys? Johnny Depp is awesome here. Joel Edgerton, the cast is awesome here. The directing is awesome. Nothing noteworthy where I'm like, holy crap, I learned something. But the directing in here is awesome. Other than that, guys, it didn't meet my high expectations, but definitely it is a very good movie overall. Tomorrow I'm going to be seeing the movie Everest with another all-star cast, and then Saturday or Sunday I will be seeing, but I don't know whether Saturday or Sunday, The Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials. Until next time, guys, hopefully all of you enjoyed. Comment down below, let me know what you think about Black Mass, and subscribe for more if you enjoyed this review, and if you like my background, that like that from comment, I would definitely enjoy if you guys tell me that. Anyway, until next time, Miss Spock be with you always. Here's a picture of me, John Bernthal, and Ron Perlman. Yeah, there's me. Anyway, see you on the next one. How's it going, everyone? I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to also check out my other videos. I do TV show reviews, movie reviews. I do also game reviews and game unboxings, movie unboxings. I do a movie podcast, a superhero podcast, much, much more. So go ahead and check out the channel. Thanks for watching again. See you all next time.